Good morning. Welcome to another episode of Old Men in Chairs. As you can see on the screen, we're going to revisit another classic from Trout Mask Replica by Captain Beefheart, one of my all-time favorite albums. However, we're not actually going to do the Captain's version of the song. We're going to do a cover that was just released a couple days ago by the 180Gs. That's a fellow who redoes the Captain's songs in harmony with 5 voices instead of just the Captain. It's really a remarkable piece of work. The song itself, I'll play a little bit of the Captain's version just to familiarize you with what the original sounded like. It's another one of those songs that I refer to as sea shanties. It's a cappella, there's no music at all behind it, and it's just the Captain free associating in a poetic style, I guess. But before I get into the actual music, I want to do a little housekeeping update. I've started a second channel on Rumble. The reason for that is I'm dividing my videos into 2 categories. The original channel, I kept everything that is more of a political nature, including some song reactions that are political songs. But I have a whole nother body of work like this one here today, which is just about the music and enjoyment of the music and doesn't involve any current commentary on the world. So I thought I would put that in a separate channel that's called Old Men in Chairs, a musical channel, and I've changed the name of my original Rumble channel to Old Men in Chairs Political Channel. Now on YouTube, everything is still going to be mixed together, but I have certain limitations in YouTube as to how political I can get. So sometimes if I feel a song or a video cannot be shown on YouTube without drawing attention of the authorities, I would not even put it here and just move it over to the Rumble channel. I've spoken a little bit about my background. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that I kind of messed around into my 20s and then got serious about life in my later 20s, went back to college, and eventually got a law degree. And then I practiced law for about 5 years up until through 1980. So I had that background, and then I didn't really enjoy the law practice. So later on in the 80s, I got into the newspaper business, which I wrote for, edited, and published a small weekly newspaper. That's where I met Howard. And we did that for about 16, 17 years, but financially that was never a great success. That's probably my best mode of communicating is the written word, because you have time to polish what you want to say. And I still do a little bit of writing. In fact, I do have a Substack, and I will put a link to my Substack in the description. I recently wrote an article about my 2 years in the trenches of YouTube and how I think, that's working out. Not always for the best, for me or the world. But if you're interested, you can read about why I think more of you should support Rumble. In any case, getting back to this song, let me play a little bit of the Captain and give you an idea what the song is about.
There's old Gray with her dove-wing hat. There's old Green with her sewing machine. Where's the bobbin at? She's toting old Grain in a printed sack. The dust blows forward and the dust blows back.
The dust blows forward and the dust blows back is the name of the song. And you can hear what the Captain's doing with it, but wait till you hear what the 180Gs do with that same song, which I will play for you right now.
There's old Green with the dove-wing hat. There's old Green with the sewing machine. Where's the bobbin at? She's toting old Grain in a printed sack. The dust blows forward and the dust blows back. And the wind blows black through the sky. And the smokestack blows up in the sun's eye. What am I gonna die? A white flake riverboat just blew by. Bubbles pop big. And a lick and a lipstick Kleenex. On a pointed forked twig. Reminds me of our girls. Never was my hobby girl. barrels, handful of worms in a pole fishing, cork bobbing like a hot red bulb, and a blue jay squeaks, his beak open an inch above the creek. Gone fishing for a week.
Well, I put down my bush, and I took off my pants and felt free. The breeze blowing up me, and up the canyon, as far as I could see.
That's the captain. He put down his bush and took off his pants and felt free. I have no idea how this guy does this. His name is David Minnick, and he has a YouTube channel where he has periodically posted some of these recreations of the Trout Mask Replica songs. I don't know why the 180Gs are portrayed as black. I'm not sure if these represent the actual singers. I don't know if there are actual singers. These may be artificially generated voices and pictures. I just don't know how he does it, but the net effect is insane. But I think it does help to popularize the captain a little more accessible, maybe, to have those background harmony singers in there, even though the overall effect is decidedly weird. I really hope you'll support David. He doesn't have that big of a following. I think he's got about 600 subscribers on YouTube. And this particular song, which has been out a couple of days, only has a couple hundred views. There aren't that many of us old Beefheartians around. We're waiting for the captain to have his big comeback sometime this century. I may not live to see it, but it's going to happen. Mark my words.
My bush, and I took off my pants and felt free. The breeze blowing up me, and up the canyon, as far as I could see.
It's night now and the moon looks like a dandelion. It's black now and the blackbird's feeding on rice, and his red wings look like diamonds and lace. I can hear the mice toes scampering, gophers rumbling, in pile crater rock holes. One red bean stuck in the bottom of a tin bowl. Hot coffee from a crimped up can. Me and my girl named Bimbo. Limbo Sam.
There it is. An amazing job recreating the spirit of the captain for sure. I really enjoy this work, and I look forward to the full album, which he says is now coming this spring. It'll definitely be on my purchase list, and I hope he releases some more videos at the time of that release. There's about 25 songs, I think. It's a double album, so it's a huge feat of work to recreate all those songs. But the ones I've seen so far have been really, really good. And he's keeping the captain alive, which I'm all in favor of.